Hey folks, Jimmy here, aka Palette of the Dead. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to the latest issue of Warhammer 40k Imperium magazine. Now, as per usual with all these videos, if you like them, hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and of course drop us a comment down below. I love hearing back from you guys and it goes a massive way to helping the channel too. Now, before we get into this week's video, I just want to quickly say I'm not very well at the moment. I'm still trying to plough on with the video, but I'm a bit under the weather with a really heavy cold, so I sound a bit bunged up and my voice may go during recording this, hopefully not, but yeah, just wanted to explain why I sound a bit croaky and a bit crappy, apart from the usual terrible audio equipment that I have. Anyway, this week we're on issue 75 of Imperium magazine, and we have our final piece of scenery, the Heliotrope Reactor. It's not a bad kit really, is it? Very straightforward to put together and to paint. Have a bit of fun with it, enjoy it. But yeah, they're not bad. Not a bad bit of kit really in the long run. So yeah, fairly easy to do, straightforward. Yeah, you'll have no problem, I'm sure. Into the issue itself though, we are of course greeted by the Leagues of Votann, who were on the front page. Now, the kin of the Leagues of Votann are amongst the least understood of the galaxy's races. They are a hardy and technologically advanced race, able to survive and prosper in the most inhospitable regions of the galaxy. Now, if you are unaware, the Leagues of Votann are the most kind of recent addition to 40k, not including the ones that have been added to Kill Team, like the Arbites and stuff like that. So, really good stuff. Now, I like the Leagues of Votann. I have the Leagues of Votann army box. I ordered it when it got announced, and they are pretty damn cool. I've painted a few of them up. I think they look they're a good looking bunch of minis, even when they're not painted, and I need to really pull my finger out and get the rest done really. But yeah, really good stuff, and they're all split into different kind of groups as per usual in their sub factions, but they do have some pretty damn cool stuff. And of course, they're a bit of a mining kind of conglomerate, so they're all about a little bit about trade, for a little bit about mining, and there are different groups which kind of work in different ways and are mainly dictated by the iconography and the armor color as well. So they are really cool. I genuinely like them. My other favourite army from 40k, aside from Leagues of Votann, is the Adeptus Sororitas. So they're my two choices if I was going to have just two armies, which I generally do in all honesty. Anyway, moving on. We're going to be greeted by one of the old gods, the Chaos Demons of Nurgle. Nurgle, of course, being the pox father, the father of all plagues, and, grandfather Nurgle kind of likes to despoil his children, send them forth from the garden, and allow them to be repulsive and spread disease, plague, pox, and also kill at will, because it also helps spread them diseases as well and everything like that, and contagions. Now, obviously, I'm suffering with a bit of a good old cold, so good old Nurgle's Nurgle's grasp at the moment. But yeah, Nurgle, being one of the Chaos Demons, obviously been around forever, so if you're an Age of Sigmar fan, you'll know a bit about good old Nurgle as well. So obviously with the demons, there are many different demons in their kind of many different kind of facades. So there are the smallest demons, the Nurglings, being the little tiny little buggers that just seem to chitter and climb over everything and are a little bit weird and a bit gleeful when they're doing everything. You have your plague bearers who just shamble along, kind of pushing their way around plague and helping kind of spread disease and decay as they go. There are the Heralds of Nurgle, so you get Slobberty Bile Pipers and much more. Nurgle being one of the more kind of unusual ones, has a lot of these kind of bloated bodies and stuff like that, and they're all very green, and using in a lot of ways it looks like human stomachs and stuff like that for bagpipes and much more. And then there are the Great Unclean ones, these big ginormous squat figures that carry these big massive weapons, spread plague. They have many different faces, they look pretty gnarly and are very unusual, but really good stuff. So quite nice to see about the good old faction of Nurgle as well. Now, moving on, we move on to one of the other war zones, Daravah. Now, Daravah, home to the traitorous knights of House Mandracore, posed a threat to Imperial shipping through the Nachmund Gauntlet. The Castellans of the Rift Space Marine chapter, ordered by Rabute Gilliman to defend the Rift, took it upon themselves to seize the world. So, the Castellans of the Rift were already stretched beyond their limit prior to the assault of Daravah. Thus, it was their chapter master, Bastian Grix, ordered his librarians to issue a call to arms. Many chapters answered the call, coming together to form a force known as the Wardens of the Gauntlet. They were joined by Imperial Knights, Sisters of the Adeptus Sororitas, and other Imperial allies. Eventually their numbers were great enough to attempt an invasion of Daravah. So, the Daravah system being another part of the Nachmund Gauntlet, and positioned in a very nice key strategic location, with them being a traitorous legion kind of a section, kind of conquest was definitely needed. So, yeah, the Castellans of the Rift probably did the right thing by calling in allies and then taking it as well. So really, really good stuff. We get a bit more about Harken Worldclaimer, Herald of the Apocalypse, and House Mandracore as well, just listed on here as well. So really, really good stuff. So yeah, pretty damn good. Then we move on. We have a story for all of this as well. So this is the Kindreds of the Greater Furian League, part of the Leagues of Votann, are forever searching for valuable natural resources to forge and trade. Travelling beyond the galactic core, a prospector fleet have discovered a rich vein of asteroids. In their path, however, stand Chaos Space Marines of the Black Legion. So, obviously, the Leagues of Votann being a race similar to the dwarves in the old world, they are looking to kind of build on their empire and make sure that they can have really, really good resources that are valuable to utilise and to sell. So really, really good stuff. So this story does continue on a little bit, and it has some pretty cool action shots as well from somebody and their tabletop, and then really, really nice painted minis from the Greater Furian League, which is one of the main leagues, which is the normal standard colouring that most people use for Votann, and they look really, really cool. So really, really good stuff there. And I must admit, I like the Leagues of Votann. Any stories to do with them is quite enjoyable in my book. Then we've got our how to build guide. Very, very straightforward, very, very easy. You're not going to go wrong, I'm absolutely sure of it. Have a bit of fun, take your time with it, and enjoy. But really, really good stuff, and dead easy to do. Entirely up to you if you want to attach the kind of chimney stack there. I have seen people attach it there, and even down there. So it is entirely up to you how you want to go about doing it. Make your choices, and yeah, enjoy. If you want, you can try and magnetise it. I wouldn't, and I don't intend to, but you can if you wish to. But otherwise, when it's all said and done and even painted, it should look something similar to this. Now, it may not look exactly like this. It may look slightly different. You may go with a different metallic scheme. Entirely up to you. Have a bit of fun with it though, by all means. But really, really good stuff, and they do look pretty good at the same time. So not too bad. But otherwise, dead easy. So if you want to go for a different scheme, you can. However, if you've already got one painted up, I don't know why you'd go for a different scheme to make it look different. Yeah, I just don't get it. Surely you want everything to look very, very similar, so it fits in together and ties in very well. But no, that's just me. So some people will vary on their opinion on that. Anyway, moving on. We have our battle for the week. Repel borders, 75 power. You have quite a large deployment zone for player B, and a fairly decent size for player A, and it's all about defending more than anything. But yeah, really, really good stuff, and quite interesting as well. And there you go. Then on to the last page. Very, very straightforward. Obviously, we've had a nice dive into 40k if you're new to 40k. And so the last page is just telling you about what you can do next, and your next steps to go into Games Workshop or your local Warhammer store and pick up new bits and pieces if you wish to. But otherwise though, over the next few 3 issues. Issue 76 is our Invader ATV. Fairly straightforward, not too bad. Pretty decent weapon, and nice to have in there. Issues 76 and 78 are our Necron Command Barge though. This can also be made into an Annihilation Barge, so if you're lucky enough and you've managed to order a couple of issues, you can have both on there. Entirely up to you. I've not decided which one I'm doing personally, but yeah, that's our next mini. That's well, not our next mini, but the mini after that. And then of course issues 79 and 80 is Rabute Gilliman, but then we go on to issue 90 where we'll have more bits and pieces, including Paragon War Suits, we have a Dreadnought, we have a few others as well, so some really good stuff to look forward to. And of course next week we'll see the launch of good old Warhammer Age of Sigmar Stormbringer magazine as well. So back into the Age of Sigmar, really good stuff to look forward to. New Stormcast Eternals, we have some good old Sylvaneth, we have a new Orcs from the War Clans, from the good old Cruel Boys, and we have good old Squigs, lots of Squigs, a Giant, and some pretty damn cool bits, including Kahadron Overlord. So really good stuff to look forward to. I'm looking forward to it, and I can't wait to get back into Age of Sigmar and enjoy myself with a bit of that. But otherwise, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully my croaky voice hasn't been up and down too badly, but hopefully I'll be better next week. Fingers crossed. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you sometime soon. Bye bye now.